Welcome back, y'all. I'm Robin. Thank you so much for joining me in this video today. Today's video is part of the Jingle All The Way Open Playlist Challenge, and I've got some Farmhouse Christmas DIYs to share with you. So if that's something you're interested in, stick around and let's get to it. Here we go with DIY number 1, my Jingle Tree. You're going to need one of those tinsel trees from the Dollar Tree, and you're going to want to remove all the tinsel, some nautical rope, probably 2 to 3 packages, some assorted florals. I didn't use the ribbon, and of course, we're going to need some jingle bells. So once you get the tinsel all off, we're just going to wrap this plastic tree form with our nautical rope, just starting at the bottom, adding dabs of hot glue here and there, and just continuing to wrap up the tree until it's completely covered. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back, guys. So all I'm doing is just wrapping this rope. We're going to wrap it all the way up the tree, gluing the rope to the row beneath it as you work your way up. And you want to kind of push the rope down as you go up. Very simple. And this turns out very rustic and very farmhouse. I just love the way it turns out. So I had a package of the silver jingle bells, the small ones that I got from the Dollar Tree, and there's 50 in a package. And I used a little over a half a pack. You could use more if you like, but they needed to be more rustic. So to give them that rusty look, I have one container with some Mod Podge, and the other container is ground cinnamon. Guys, this is the absolute best way, I think, to get the rusty look on anything. The cinnamon just looks like real rust. So the easiest way I found to do this was just roll the bells in the Mod Podge, and a little dab will do you. Then dump them into the other container with the cinnamon and stir them around with a craft stick. This way you don't get your fingers all messy. And let me tell you, the craft room was smelling really good with this cinnamon by the time I was done. Once my bells had dried, I took a piece of jute, strung them on, and used just dabs of hot glue on each bell just to hold them in place. So all I did here was just take one end of my twine, glue it down to the bottom of the tree, and then wound my garland all the way up to the top. I did use almost 3 full packages of the nautical rope, and I know Dollar Tree has it in different lengths. I think this was the oh gosh, I can't remember. All I know is it took 3. So if you're new here and you're liking what you're seeing, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and stick around a while. Join my crazy unleashed tribe because we have a lot of fun here on the channel. I wanted to add some more decorations to the tree. So here I'm just taking some of the mini pine cones from Dollar Tree, trimming off the end and hot gluing them down. I also took a strand of the pipberry garland and wound that around as well. And I just love the way this turned out. I hope you guys like it too. This video is part of the Jingle All The Way Open Playlist Challenge, hosted by Chantel of Crafty Hints and co-hosted by Brenda of Rustic and Lace DIY. Both of their channels will be linked in the description box below, as well as an awesome playlist of creators. So you're sure to find lots of inspiration and ideas for your Christmas decorations. For DIY number 2, we're going to use one of these wooden sled ornaments from the Dollar Tree. I don't use the red paint. I've got my black chalk paint, some florals, and of course, some jingle bells. So to start, I just took my finger sander and sanded down all the edges because we all know the Dollar Tree wood can be kind of rough. Plus, I always sand my wood anyway because it just helps the wood to take the paint just a little bit better. I used my Waverly chalk paint and ink and painted the, I guess you call them, what do you call them, rails on a sled? I think that's what you call them, guys. I'm sure somebody will let me know. But anyway, all it took was just one good coat. I did all the rails in the black. And I was gonna do the top of the sled in red, but I changed my mind, as you'll see here in a minute. Instead of my red chalk paint, I decided to use my Antique Wax by Waverly, and I'm just applying it with a paintbrush, and then I will go with a baby wipe to wipe off the excess. And guys, if you've never used this technique, baby wipes are your best friend in the craft room. They're good for so many things, but the chemical reaction between the baby wipes and the antique wax, I just love the look. Now you'll see there on top, it looks like a couple little bare spots. That was actually some glue. But anyway, it turned out looking fine. So I'm going to add one of my Chalk Couture Christmas minis to the top of the sled. Now you get 12 of these little minis in the set, and it is a great, great deal. So what you want to do when your transfer is new, you want to fuzz it. And this just takes some of the sticky off the back so that it doesn't pull up your paint or your surface. So once you have it fuzzed, just place it down. And I'm using my chalk paste in the color Dune, which is like a off-white, and I'm using candy apple red. And I'm going to apply the candy apple red to just the little berries there with my detail tool. And if you've never used chalk couture before, oh my gosh, guys, it is, I think it's so relaxing. I'm obsessed with it. Matter of fact, I'm celebrating my 1 year anniversary as a designer with the company this month. So yay! I will have my website linked to Chalk Couture down in the description box. So if you're interested, you can certainly go by there and check it out because we have got Black Friday deals going on all November long, and they are fantastic. So I'm just applying my paste using the mini squeegee, and it's a very light touch. You don't want to bear down. and you just wipe off the excess and put it back in the jar. A little goes a very, very long way with this. And this just gives a really high-end, detailed look to so many things. I mean, you can chalk practically anything, and this is my favorite part. Peel it up slowly. The peel and reveal, perfect edges, clean. Now I'm just taking some of my Waverly chalk paint in cashew and just distressing it a little bit because I like distressing. I like it. If you don't like it, you can skip this step, but I just love it. And I added 3 little jingle bells and a bow, and it was just that easy. So cute for a tiered tray or on your tree. For DIY number 3, it's Jingle All The Way, y'all. We're gonna be making a sign. You're gonna need 2 tag signs from the Dollar Tree, a package of medium-sized bells, either some cardstock or the vinyl from the Dollar Tree, and I chose to use the vinyl, and I don't know what I was thinking, but the black and white is thinner than the red and black, so I don't know why I didn't turn the sign over and do this on the back. So I had to go back because you could see through it and put a second piece over that because you could see the letters. So anyway, I got smart on this piece, which I painted with my Waverly chalk paint in plaster. And here I'm just taking a very, very dry brush with the ink chalk paint and just distressing around the edges and distressing the whole tag just to kind of tie it in with the black and white buffalo plaid. If you're still here with me on this video, leave me a Christmas tree emoji down in the comments. Or if you don't have emojis, just type out Christmas tree. Let me know you're still here. I just love this black on the whiteboard. It just makes it look old and weathered. I just love it. So on my Cricut, I cut out Jingle All The Way, y'all. And I'm just applying it down to this sign, scraping it down with my tool there, slowly peeling it up at an angle. I found, and if there's anything that doesn't want to stick down, just put your transfer tape back down and go over it again. Very easy, super cute. I love this. Now, I don't know where the footage went, but I glued with hot glue the 2 tags together there and used the holes that were already in the tags and ran some jute through there. So for the top, I'm just using some scrap Christmas picks that I had laying around, and I'm just hot gluing them to the top. Just random pieces. I'm just using what I have. Now for the burlap bow, I cut it to about 10 inches. And I call this a cheater bow. And I'm just going to hot glue it there in a circle. The black and white buffalo plaid, I cut to 8 inches. And I'm just going to do the same thing, hot glue it together in a circle. So to actually make the bow, I just folded it kind of accordion style in the middle, first with the burlap and then with the black and white check. I just folded them accordion style, both of them the same way, tied them together with a piece of jute and hot glued them to the center of my greenery. And I put a few little red berries there in the middle of the black and white bow to cover up the jute. And now I'm just stringing my bells onto the extra jute that I used as the hanger. They have a little slit right in top, and I'm just pulling the jute through there, tying a couple of knots, and that's how she turned out. And I absolutely love this, and I hope y'all do too. I think it's my favorite piece. Y'all have to let me know what you think of all these DIYs down in the comments. I had such fun creating them, and I hope you get inspiration from them. So what was your favorite? Was it the tree, the sign, the little sled? Let me know. Don't forget to check out the host of this challenge and be sure to visit that playlist because there are lots of wonderful creators and you're sure to get some inspiration. So thank you all so much for joining me on another video, and until next time, y'all go get your craft on. Bye.